Hi friends, so today we are going to make our very own Starry Night. Now Starry Night has lots of very cool little things in it, and Van Gogh really wanted us to make sure that the Starry Night didn't really see just black in it, right? We saw lots of different colors, so this right here, which is my mountain or my cypress tree that he had, is black, right? But my sky, look, it's yellow, it's blue, it's purple. So when we're making this, I want us to think about that. All right, so I'm gonna be using a pencil. Hopefully we can see this here. So the thing that I want you guys mostly to focus on is to have a certain amount of things. You wanna have stars, you wanna have swirls in the sky because he had them. You wanna have some sort of mountain or tree, and then a little village off in the distance, right? So I'm gonna start off with my tree, and I'm just gonna kind of make it whirly, kind of like a fire, and I'm just gonna have that down there. And then I can have a little town next to it. I can just make some squares, I can make some boxes, and that can be my little village, right? I don't need to make it really big, okay? And that will be my little village. In the sky, I'm gonna do a couple of swirls, and these I usually just use wavy lines, curly lines, anything like that, right? So I got a couple different ones, and now maybe I'll do a couple stars. You can always do the crocodile version like I just did, or let's see, oh my bad, that one you really couldn't see. You can do the straight lined version, right? So those are lots of different options for you, right? You can make them small. Sometimes stars kind of look like that and have lots of different looks to them, right? All right, so that's my version. So today what I want you to do is I want you to draw your very own version. So something that has swirls, some stars, a city or a little town, and then either a tree or a mountain. You kind of can decide what that looks like. So just draw this out. If you don't have paper and pencil like I do, you can use Seesaw or any other app on your iPad, okay? And that's what we're gonna do today. See you soon, friends. Bye. All right, it's time for the coloring part. The coloring part might take you a while. I have watercolors in front of me. I'd prefer you to use watercolors, but if you don't have them, that's okay. You can use any kind of coloring system you got. If you have watercolors though, remember the key parts of it. You want a cup that you can't drink out of afterwards with water, and then you wanna have a brush, and then you also want your watercolor pans right here. When you go to fill them up, I'm gonna do blue first, right? Since there's gonna be a lot of blue in the sky. I'm gonna have a big pool of water, right? So I'm gonna make a little pool, really make sure I use more water than anything else, okay? So I'm gonna set that to the side and I'm gonna start my coloring. So today I just want you guys to focus on the background, your sky, right? Because that is the most important part of this painting, right? Because it is literally a starry night, right? So I'm gonna start with my blue and I'm gonna kind of move that around. I'm gonna kind of avoid my stars right now and my swirls a little bit because I wanna do them a little bit differently. And once I start to lose some of the paint, I'm gonna get more water, gonna get more paint, and keep on going, right? And sometimes if you use more paint than water, what's gonna happen is it's gonna come out darker when you first go onto the paper. So you can add more water to that, any kind of the above. Now, I'm thinking that I want to add maybe some purple or a darker blue into this now, because I think that it would be really cool to see some kind of mix of color, right? So maybe I'll mix that into there. Ooh, I kind of like that so far. And you know, I might be a little messy, but that's okay because I can always go over it, right? And you know, I'm deciding that, you know, I'm gonna kind of mix in my colors together, right? Because I want them to kind of blend in, right? Now, if you want to have your sky be different colors, but not as exactly blended in like mine, that's okay, right? You can focus on having yours be whatever you like, right? So I'm just gonna kind of blend in my sky here, mix it, see if I can add some more extra little details to it that I want. And I'm adding just some fun colors here and there. And you know, I've decided that I'm gonna make my stars like a yellow. Now if you want to make your stars red or orange, go for it. I think that'll be really pretty. And I think that having it be a little different would be really cool to see. And if it's more wet, I can kind of blend these colors together. Do you see how I can blend that together nicely? Ooh, yeah, I'm liking that more and more. So now that I got the basics of that sky down, I'm gonna go back so I can see what I can do for my stars and my swirls. So for my stars here, I'm gonna really make sure that I get all of the paint out of my water here. And I'm gonna dip into my yellow because I said that I really liked that yellow. And I'm just gonna kind of go around there. And if it's kind of messy, I'm okay with that, right? You guys are learning how to paint. If you guys aren't painting right now, I would like for you guys to do this a little bit nicer, right? Really kind of make sure that all of the area is nice and clean. Kind of going over. I'm gonna pretend that these stars are kind of like shining, so maybe I can add some more brightness to them. Yeah, I like that. Look at that. It makes me happy to see. And just kind of making sure that they kind of stick out amongst this background, right? I like that. Ooh, that makes me happy. Kind of reminds me of a bright sun, you know? And now what I'm gonna do is, I think that my swirls are gonna actually be the same as my stars, and they're gonna be that yellow. Now, if you don't want to have swirls be yellow, that's okay. But remember, none of the Starry Night should actually be black, right? Because Van Gogh, his whole thing was that he thought that there was more to the sky than just black. So we're gonna make sure that we have more to the sky than just black too. And that's all we're doing for today. Just focusing on that sky, really making sure that we use good craftsmanship, really making sure that we fill in, not use any white at all. Not white, I'm sorry, any black at all in the sky, right? Because that was Vincent's whole thing. And that's what we're gonna do today. So I hope you guys had fun with this, and I hope that I see all of your beautiful paintings or pictures, whatever they may be, on Seesaw. See you for this. All right, so today we are gonna finish up our painting. What we're gonna do is that below side. So we're gonna focus on the city or the town and that tree that you made, or the mountain, either or, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm using my water. I have my paintbrush right here. I dipped it in black. Now, you don't need to use black for this part. If you want to have it be colorful, I think that would be super pretty. Now, I'm gonna make sure that everything is colored in as nice as I can, really making sure that it all spreads out nice and even here. And this is where, if I haven't made any more mistakes since it dried overnight, I can kind of go back and I can kind of make it a little nicer with my craftsmanship for my sky, right? So I have all of this right here. Beautiful, I'm really liking that. And I'm gonna go back in, and now I'm gonna do the town too. It's kind of like everything is dark in the town, but the sky is lively. That's what I'm trying to think right here with this. Now, if you want to make your town be just as colorful, I think that would be super pretty, but you don't have to do that, okay? So I'm gonna go in. Oh, I really like this so far. And I'm just finishing up over here. Wow, ooh, I am loving how this is looking. And that's what I have for today. You know, I'm going look back and I see that, you know, some of these, maybe they didn't turn out as nice as I wanted them to. So maybe what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out all that black, right? Because black, if you mix it with anything, is gonna just be black, or it's gonna taint it. It's not gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna just go back in and maybe just use a little bit of orange to kind of break up some stuff, make it pop a little bit more. I like that. And I'm just not going to use, you know, a lot of orange, just a little bit, just to kind of add to it. Now, if you don't want to do this part, that is a-okay. If you feel like your background was beautiful and that you really don't need to do anything to make it beautiful, that's okay. I'm thinking that, you know, some of this yellow kind of went into my purple and I didn't like that as much. So I'm going to kind of go back over with my purple here. And that's okay, right? We all make mistakes, and this is a part of happy accidents, right? So if you found that, you know, you didn't really like how something worked, you can always paint over it, right? And that's how I'm going to kind of fix this up so I can really be pleased with it. Yeah, I like that a lot more. And when it dries, what's going to happen is it's going to be more pastel to it. It won't be as that dark purple as it is now. All right. Pretty. All right. So that's our awesome painting. You're going to focus on your tree or your mountain, your town, and if you want to do any more details to your sky, you can, all right? And I hope you turn this in on Seesaw. If you have painted today, please make sure that you clean up and you don't leave any mess behind, all right? And I hope to see you all soon. Bye, friends.